Okay. All right, check. Welcome back. We have the 2009 Kawasaki Ninja 650R. And if you were following along with the other videos, we finally got the rear wheel put back on, new chain and sprockets, everything's all nice and tightened up. Still need to bleed the rear brake system, but now we're going to go ahead and focus on the front end of the bike, and that's basically going to be getting that front wheel off so we can go ahead and change out that front wheel. And we're also going to be rebuilding the front forks. And then once we have those items off there, we'll go ahead and finish up the wheel. Probably won't be putting it back on, obviously, until the front forks are finished. Got to clean my work area, put these carburetors back in a box here. And then we'll see if we can go ahead and check the fork tubes. I want to see if these fork tubes are still straight or if they've been bent. So I'm going to see if my wheel balancing machine here, if my forks will actually fit on here without interfering on these wheel bearings here, and I can go ahead and check its run out. Let's see. And then we'll also see, I'm going to try to get the airbox on. Basically, we'll get the spark plugs in, airbox, get those drain lines hooked up, and we'll see basically see how far we can get this thing put back together in this video. And then I'm thinking part 6, we're going to go ahead and make that its own video. That's going to be basically once the forks are off, we'll split them down. Got new fork seals for it. We got new oil, and we'll go ahead and see where this bike's gonna, how far we can get with it. Another thing I like to do is the switches. Got to get the switches located on the handlebars. Got new grips. Like to do some basic adjustments, loop the cables, that kind of thing. So we will see. Alrighty, so first things first, let's go ahead and start with some coffee. Coffee is good. All right, and go ahead and take our breaker bar and a 12 millimeter. Crack that loose. We got Ani Niho. Welcome to the chat on this beautiful Thursday morning. Coming from you guys from SoCal. Let's see what we got. Okay. Got too much crap on my phone. Am I live? I'm live. Copy. All right, cool. All right, back to work. So let's go ahead and get this going. It's at 12, no, let's see, 11. Zip tie everything. It's pretty well supported, not too bad. See where we can hang that. Maybe hang it somewhere. Figure that out. About a 10 millimeter there. Sound like I dropped something on this. I think there was a washer on the backside. Maybe it was just like more leaves falling out. Okay. Okay. See how all this works. Should be good enough. Shouldn't break anything. Okay, same thing on that side. It's a little bit of Thursday morning motorcycle. All right. Probably couldn't you? I mean, brake pads are okay. This one on the left looks just a little bit more worn than the one on the right. But these aren't 4-plot piston calipers. These are only 2-plot or 2-piston. Sometimes as they're referred to. All depends. Okay. Let's see. So we cinch this up like right here. All right. Shazam. Got floating brake calipers. All right. Cool. Get this junk out of the way. And so I think it's going to be a minute. Let's see. Let's get a front end box. Let's get a good front end box. Let's see here. Crack this loose. Okay. And then we're also going to be putting the front fork. Hold on. Let's see, maybe this way. Ugh. Okay. All right. Okay. Looks pretty solid. All right. It's too big. Crazy Godzilla, welcome to the chat. Pretty dry. Not like how I like it. Okay, so wasn't quite paying attention. Well, it probably came off like that. So is the tire put on backwards, or did I put it on backwards? So that's the direction it should go. There's the mark. Should be going counterclockwise. Rotation direction, counterclockwise. Jovanik Dragon, welcome to the chat. Cool. Let's go ahead and pop the air out of this bad boy. Kind of curious, was the front tire flipped around? It's McGee. Oh man, it is warm today. All right, good old Harbor Freight equipment. Direction of rotation. Who knows? Counterclockwise still. All right, cool. Son of a bitch. It's okay. I'll sneak that one back in. There's a trick to it. It's a good question. Can you read the chat? Ugh. Okay, tire. So rim direction is counterclockwise. So check. It's like counterclockwise is going to be that way. So what I actually want to do. Go ahead. Go like that. Put the valve stem right there at the 6 o'clock position. Okay. Well, okay. Well, about that time. Whew. All right. Need a quick coffee break. Hold on. Mm. All right, 1 second. Mm. Mm. Gosh. Mm. Oh, ho, ho. Whoa. Oh. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Let it keep going. So I think that's the heavy spot right there. Hmm. Isn't that where the weights just were though? Quarter ounce, so it needs more weight. Hmm. No, no goo be gone. Where's the goo be gone at? Somebody took the goo be gone. No. The hell? Where's the goo be gone? Ah, I think I found it. Okay. I think that's where it wants the weight. You could always put little stickies on the other side, maybe. Hmm. Oh, wait. I think I haven't had enough coffee yet. I just realized something. If that's the heaviest point, I'm supposed to go 180 degrees off of it. Duh. Oh, man. Ugh. It's okay, guys. We're just barely getting all pistons fired up. We just did a tire change, so we're kind of low on coffee right now. Probably take a quick water break. Doing a tire without a tire machine is, maybe just a little bit more physically demanding than balancing it. So let's see. Okay, and that's where we're just cleaning at. So we go dead center right here. It's just off to the right. So we're going to go, and usually I like to mark it, piece it, marker. So something like that. That's about as close as we're going to get. Eyeball procedure. So that's where the wheel weight should go in theory. Whoops. Okay. Right. Kind of wants to move on its own there. Let's see, I think I'm gonna go with, by how fast it's moving, probably like 3 weights, maybe. With like 3 weights. 3 sounds like a good number. Too much weight? Maybe I got a little too excited, a little too overconfident. It's okay, we got plenty of sticky weights. Let's try this. Aha. I think that's it. I think it likes 2 sticky weights. Yep, she's balanced. So 2 sticky weights it is. 3 was just a little too much. Here, these being kind of close together. Center. There we go. All right, cool. So this is essentially finished. All right, cool. All right, so we have one wheel. So now I guess we could focus on, let's see here, plenty more other things we could definitely focus on. How far? We're about 45 minutes into this live stream. Let's see. So the next major thing I want to accomplish was basically getting the need to get some spark plugs inside of it. Yeah, get some spark plugs inside. And then let's see, what else did I want to do? Spark plugs and then airbox pretty much. Once we get the spark plugs and airbox, should be good to go. Might have to, let's see, I'm not sure why I disconnected that. Wonder if something was in the way or something like that. Maybe the way I gotta look at how the breather, if there's a breather valve on top here, it should be, maybe. Let's see. We're almost ready to do a quick break. I probably need to get those carburetors off the workbench there. And once those carburetors off, you can probably start working on these forks here. That's going to be the next major thing. Once these forks are pretty much rebuilt, changed oil, new seals, looking good. And the left one didn't seem to be leaking. It's mainly this right one here. I don't know if it has anything to do with this sticker. You know, if the sticker was here and it bottomed out, that might be enough to wipe out a fork seal. But let's see here. Kind of wanted to see, we got some breather lines on. Okay. Okay. I just realized if I lock the portrait view. Hey, learn something new every day. Okay, so where the heck does this breather line go? This goes to here. This almost looks like it's not mounted correctly. Oh yeah, it's definitely missing a bolt. So that probably has some reason to do with why this line is so short. So you can't easily pull it out of there. So I could probably loosen that up. And with that loosened up, maybe I can temporarily. This bike needs all new breathe. I mean, technically, it's probably should be replaced, but like if I keep looking, if I notice that, I'm gonna end up, on other thing, we're gonna end up replacing the whole bike. So I don't see any holes in it right now at this time. So we're gonna go ahead and let this part slide. Maybe I can kind of get a little slack out of there. Okay. Because this connects to the bottom of the airbox. It kind of looked like might have to end up taking that off anyways. Okay, pulled up. Still don't know why I had that. Let me see what I have in my parts container. Jeez, look at that spark plug. Holy cow, that looks horrible. Uh, I hope this engine's okay. I mean, the compression was okay. That's kind of scary though. Look at all that shit on it. Well, we'll find out. Luke Green. Luke Green's a funny guy. Sounds like we got some kids in the chat, guys. Okay. Nice. Nice. Oh, dirty little bike. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Right. Any day now, getting these spark plugs in. There we go. I almost feel like I need to lower the bike. It's almost a little too high now. I should put it back down right quick. Let's see. Okay. Got the safety jack. All right, slowly lower it. Let me see, like right there. Let me see. And we'll just let it ease into the lock. Very nice. All right. Okay. Let's see. What do we got? Let's see here. Let's see. What else can we do? Yeah, the Airbox. That was what we had to do. I feel like I kind of have a little bit of a mess here. Kind of might have to take a quick break, kind of clean up this mess so I can go ahead and put the wheel balancer back in its spot. Kind of have a better angle now, kind of see what we're going on, a little better hands free. You tighten up these spark plugs here. Should be good. Let's see. Let's see, Shorty. Nope, barely fits. Still a little too long. Oh my god, did I get stuck? No, hold on. It's kind of like right at that length. Kind of almost need like this setup right here. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Go ahead and torque this bad boy up. Drop it in the other hole. All right, kind of just torque that one up too. Very nice. And coils. So assuming both coils should be working, bike was running, it was running okay before we took it apart. Not too bad. Had decent compression at least. Okay. All right. It's got number one right here. This one solid, doesn't have as much of a click to it. All right, it's plugged in the way it should be. Sir, how come I had this vacuum line off? Maybe it was the routing at the time or something. This clip's still loose too. Okay, I think we're gonna go ahead and get that. Let's get this right here put on. This is going to be the purge valve evap. Hair valve, I think actually it's called on most of these bikes here. So I want to say that went. Let's see, where's the connector for it? Nope, that looks like maybe for an air temperature sensor. What is this? This looks like it's it right here. Older Kawasaki's. Well, at least the hoses aren't completely falling apart quite yet. Okay, we can still get access to do a throttle cable adjustment here. And if I'm not mistaken, these part of the harness here, that's after the airbox gets connected. Should have enough room to sneak this hose on right here, I'm thinking. Let's see, and then we also need to get that crankcase breather hose. And let's see. So we got two here, one here. That looks like a drain on the tank. That's exactly how that was routed. Possibly behind. Fuel line connectors. All right, let's see. Unless I went like this. Let's see how that fits. Kind of like that. Looks a little bit more solid. Let's see. So it almost looks like you could do this like a couple different ways. You could almost take this plate off here from the airbox and attach it to the throttle bodies, then torque it from the top on the inside here. But if you're good, you might be able to attach that hose there and then also attach this hose at the same time. At least we're going to see if we can do that while also at the same time attaching the throttle body boots. Okay, a little bit of grease. And I will just basically put a little bit of oil on the outside. It's going to kind of help those boots slide on over. So the boots are, they're not too dry rotted, but they're not, super fresh either. All right, let's see. God, this is such a shitty design. No wonder why I got this bike. You can't even work on it without taking out the airbox, which, it's kind of like that on most bikes, but let's see here. So that's going to go on the top. Just got to make sure we don't drop that air temperature sensor. So that's the other thing too. Kind of got to get that hose dialed in. See if we can get this connected. Oh man, that's tight. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to record that without like doing the Superman. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that wasn't too hard. See if I can actually keep it connected though. Oh no, popped out. Okay, so kind of goes something like that. Let's see. You gotta do like the whole work around here. Okay. At least the air box is clean. Okay, so you gotta get that. Wow, this is like a multi-step procedure. I'm wondering if it's almost easier to just, but there's probably an O-ring, and I don't want to disturb that O-ring. That's why we're trying to do it this way. Let's see, I'm going to need a little bit more of this, I think. Okay. Managed to keep that hose connected. All right, cool. See if I can get the throttle body boots on. Let's see. So that was the thing too. Maybe I should loosen them up a little bit. I think I might have left them kind of tight. Oh, yeah, did that from the other side. Might need to loosen up the rear one just a little bit so I can get access to that. Hmm. Yep. And it's kind of the reason why I was bike was a little bit more hesitant to work on, just because of the fact of this airbox here makes it just a little bit more difficult trying to do the workaround. Let's see. No. Ah. It actually fit. Would you look at that? All right, fucking A. That was like the most dreaded part of putting on the airbox. Looks like the airbox is fully seated. All right, very nice. So now at this point, see, that's all nice and good. Okay, and that was something like that. Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. All right. So now tighten up those clamps on the airbox. Hopefully I can easily reach it. What a shitty angle. If this angle is any. See if I can get that back one. I think I'm gonna need. Nope. Oh man, I gotta kind of squint like trying to hit a target just to see the screw back here. There we go. I don't think I'm gonna be able to show this part for the YouTube. Maybe after it's tightened, but holy cow. Yeah. You got to almost set the clamp at the perfect angle too, so you can get a screwdriver tip on there. Okay, cool. All right. Well, I guess it wasn't that hard. Got the airbox out now. Solid. That was the most dreaded part of this whole thing. Hopefully I didn't forget to put anything else while I was in there. I don't think I did though, so we should be good. Let's see. These kind of went like okay. The hell does that one go? Pretty sure this one goes like this. To the top of that pair valve. Fix it like that. Okay, this is going to go to the air pressure sensor. It's like a little foam piece fell off, not a big deal. You gotta be careful, loose stuff, like especially on these older bikes, little foam pieces and shit will fall right in. Okay, so let's see, we got a new air filter. Should have a new air filter. Kawasaki. Yeah, this looks like a good old Kawasaki air filter here. What a special type of air filter. They like literally designed this bike so it's hard to work on and probably can't put very many parts on it. So let's take a look. Looks like it's gonna go like this. Pretty cool panel filter. Yeah, the original filter was completely disintegrated. There was like a bunch of surprise it wasn't being sucked into the throttle bodies, but cleaned it all out. Now we got a brand new air filter, clean air box, throttle bodies look good, new spark plugs. I'm expecting this thing to run, a lot better than what it did originally. Naturally, of course. It's had a pretty decent tune-up on it at this point. All right, so this is all trash. So I think these are grips. Yeah, fork seals and grips. Very nice. Throttle tube, oil filter for when you get there. Okay. air pressure sensor. Screws for this cover right here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Why I have such a big one right here? Maybe for the sensor itself. It's got a little O-ring right there. And that looks like a Phillips. So actually what we can kind of do is a little bit of ever so slight. Okay. So in theory, you could almost turn this thing on. Okay, air filter dialed in. Okay, cool. All right, so that's pretty much it on the Airbox. Let's see what's going on with this harness here. Not sure how this harness was attached. So just like that. Doesn't look like there's enough room to put too much else in here. I don't know if that was in there. That could have been. Maybe actually, maybe it does lay down like that. It could or it could not. Looks like it might be just a little. Yeah. This clip right here might be just a little too worn to hold the tension on it. I mean, maybe we can see if we can get it to actually snap down in place. Ah, there we go. Okay, Tits McGee. Looking good. What the heck is this? We're not touching that. I'm just going to pretend I didn't see that. This bike needs probably a little bit more work on top of what we're already doing, but this should be dialed in enough to ride it, have fun. So we might be missing a bracket. What's going on here? Okay, I think that's that bracket that I took off. Unless that was guide here. Okay, Airbox. So now I think I can go ahead and get the get the gas tank on. Finally. Okay. Okay, so that's all going to go right there. Those plug in right there. Probably glue that on. Okay, so that's going to go like that. Now I just got to figure out a way to attach these hoses. Ah. Probably put just a little bit of grease. Hmm. No, I think that's where it's supposed to go unless the gas tank's a little bit. Doesn't feel like it's interfering with anything. Is the tank itself bent a little bit? Crazy thing is I don't remember. I gotta see. Remember this bike? This bike was like seemed like it was missing stuff, or somebody tried taking it apart previously. Let's see what happens. What it does with the test battery. I don't have the headers fully on, but check for fuel leaks. Oh, okay, there it goes. Okay, that's good. No leaks. What happens if I just did this really quick? Ooh, it runs. All right, cool. I can't run it for any longer than that because I got mufflers are just kind of being held on there. All right, let's see. Okay, front forks, but the whole thing I wanted to check was to make sure that the handlebars kind of cleared the tank. Okay, I guess they do in theory. It's a little, kind of a little bit of a hand space right there. Let's see the other side. Uh, okay, I see. So that explains a lot. Handlebars are interfering with the charcoal canister quite a bit. Let's see, how much more do we have left? Quite a bit. So what would happen if I raise the bars? Then you're going to be kind of a little bit more upright. This thing has freaking screws in the top. This thing is so Mickey Mouse. All right, let's see. Oh, damn, those are tight. Okay, so maybe I'll do this instead. Is it a 6, 7, 8? Looks like an 8. Oh no, is it a 6? Standard. That's a 6. Let's see if I can loosen those up now. Let's see, we're going on about almost an hour and a half. Let's see if I can. Oh, there we go. Probably replace these right here. Right bolt. Jesus. Yep. So let's see, how can we do that? I mean, can you even turn can you even turn the bike with the handlebars at that angle? That looks more aggressive than my Gixxer. There we go. Oh, the more I point them up, the more aggressive it gets, huh? Is that what's going on here? And the freaking brake line. Oh yeah, that's the issue. So huh. Okay, well that explains it. I'm not reinventing the wheel, so we're just gonna put them right back into the position where they touch the charcoal canister there. But I kind of want to bring a little bit of space because I got to crack these top of the tube, the fork cap off. I think it's either a 21 or 22 millimeter. I didn't want to have to take the bars off all the way. I was kind of hoping I could just kind of pull them out of position a little bit. Let's see. Nope. Okay. All right, forks. We got to get the forks off. I need to go grab a 21 or 22 millimeter open end wrench. And I think I can go ahead and pretty much after that loosen the bottom triple trees up and we can go ahead and drop the forks. Look at that. Think this bike has any electrical issues? Sheesh. We shall find out. It's a great orientation of that this connector here. That's probably where the gauge cluster plugs into. All right, very nice. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm not fixing the wire routing or any of the electrical. That is a mess all on its own right there. But everything else is looking good. Let's see here. Yeah, that doesn't look. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so BRB, need to go grab one more tool. We're gonna go grab that 21, 22 millimeter. Where? Okay. I think it's a 21 or a 22. Ugh. Hold on. Okay, this is 21. Really? Son bitch. Oh. Oh, thing is freaking finger tight. Somebody's been in these forks before. Let's see what this one feels like. Yeah. Usually it's like around 18 foot-pounds. Okay, cool. 18 to 22 foot-pounds, give or take. All right, now we can go ahead and loosen up the lower triple trees. shit, I forgot about that. We got this headlamp looking thing that's attached to it. It looks like a Phillips as well. I think it's a 10 millimeter on the back side. We're hoping. Let's see what it is. It is a 10 millimeter. Okay. Let's see. We need a bungee cord. Bam. Just like that. This was kind of keep orientation. Ooh, Frankenbike. Cool, pretty cool. All right, so we got to pull these bad boys apart here. So I gotta clean up. I have way too much going on here. Once I do get these off, actually, I want to see something. Oh, it might actually work. I want to just make sure. Usually, it's got this wheel balancer here, so I'm just thinking maybe I can double it to check my forks when I disassemble them to see if they're straight or not. On other forks, maybe you can kind of check it. You just kind of rotate the leg. The dial indicator kept everything nice and still. But this lower leg is casted. This is like, kind of more traditional fork versus inverted fork that you're going to find on a newer or modern style sport bike or crotch rocket. But after we get these bad boys taken apart, that's probably one other thing I'm going to do is check the inner fork leg to make sure it's not bent and it's true. It's basically concentric, and we can go ahead and do that using the wheel balancer, but that's pretty much it for right now. Got a little bit of battery life. We're about a little over an hour and a half into this live stream, and appreciate y'all hanging out with me in the chat, sending that positivity my way. And if you guys ever have any, good questions or any tech related questions, Feel free to hit those comment boxes, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell notification because we'll probably be doing another update here after we get our work area clean and get our batteries charged. We're going to go ahead and hit those forks. So if you just found me, go ahead and stay tuned. We pretty much work on whatever we get. All depends on the services. Might be doing a valve adjustment, might be doing a carburetor clean. In this case right here, we did some rims, tires, chain sprockets. Now we're going to go ahead and do some forks, go ahead and do some grips, air system, and I think that's pretty much going to complete this project here. So might be able to get a part 6 out of it, and then hopefully we can go ahead and get a test ride on this bike before the rain comes in. So go ahead and stay tuned, guys. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we shall be right back. Thanks for watching.